The first thing they tell you about solo hiking in the Rockies is simple. Never underestimate the cold. The second thing, never go off the trail. I broke both rules the night I found the cabin. It was supposed to be a 2-day photography trip, documenting frozen landscapes for a travel magazine. The snowstorm came faster than expected, swallowing the trail markers and any sense of direction. My GPS died. My phone battery was at 2%. When I saw the faint light flickering through the trees, it felt like a miracle. The cabin looked ancient, logs warped from years of frost, the roof sagging under heavy snow. But the light inside, it was warm, yellow, inviting. I pounded on the door, shouting, "Hello? Is anyone home?" No answer, but the door creaked open on its own. Inside was a single room, a stove in the corner, still glowing faintly, a wooden chair by the window, a bed with wool blankets that smelled faintly of smoke and pine. No one was there. I figured maybe a hunter had gone out and left it running. Either way, I wasn't going to freeze to death out there. I closed the door and sat by the fire, thawing my hands. That's when I noticed the journal sitting on the table, leather-bound, old. The first page read, "If you find this place, don't stay after dark. It remembers." The storm howled outside. I laughed nervously, probably some local trying to scare off trespassers. But then I heard footsteps on the roof, slow, deliberate, crunching snow. I grabbed my flashlight and aimed it upward. The sound stopped immediately. Then came a faint whisper from the window beside me. "You're not supposed to be here." My breath froze in my throat. The window was frosted over, but behind the ice, I could make out a silhouette. Someone standing just outside, watching. I shouted, "Who's there?" But my voice cracked. The figure didn't move, didn't blink, just stood there. Then it lifted a hand and tapped on the glass. Once, twice, 3 times. I bolted to the door, yanked it open, and the world outside was empty. No footprints, nothing but untouched snow. But when I turned back, the window was clear, and written on the inside of the glass, traced in condensation, were the words, "I never left." That night I didn't sleep. The wind sounded like voices. The cabin walls groaned, as if something was pressing against them. Every few minutes the fire would flicker, and each time it did, the shadows seemed to rearrange themselves. Around 3 a.m., I heard the front door creak open. Someone walked inside. The floorboards moaned under the weight. I couldn't see anyone, but I could hear breathing. Slow, uneven, inhaling through what sounded like waterlogged lungs. Then the whisper came again, this time from right behind me. "It's my turn to stay warm." I spun around with my flashlight. The beam hit the mirror across the room, showing me a reflection I couldn't understand. It was me, standing by the door, pale, shivering, staring back at myself with black, hollow eyes. And behind my reflection, something tall moved closer, its shape blending with the shadows, arms stretching like roots crawling across the walls. The fire went out. They found me 3 days later, wandering down a frozen ravine, babbling about voices in the wood. The rescuers said the cabin I described hasn't existed for over 60 years. It burned down after a hermit who lived there died in his sleep during a blizzard. His name was Elias Ward. I checked the journal again, weeks later, when I finally got it back from the rangers. On the last page, in handwriting identical to mine, there was one new line. "I kept you warm. Now keep me company." Subscribe for more chilling tales.